Jab, left hand, good night. Merciful. Got to make a statement here. Emmanuel Stewart, are you ready to get hit in the gut?
Well, I think that's what he should do, too. But, you know, looking at Manny, to me,
Better and better. And already Diaz begins to hit him in the body with the punches that are aimed at asking how well Pacquiao is trained. And already Pacquiao shows the speed advantage that makes him so special.
But I look what Pacquiao sees a tight.
Terrific combinations by Pacquiao. Many of the punches being blocked, however, by Diaz's gloves.
Yeah, but Pacquiao's boxing, using his footwork, his movement, a lot different than I've ever saw him fight before. For the first time, he's got somebody that he's faster than.
Uppercut by Pacquiao, mixing his punches brilliantly. Catches Diaz with a left hand. Diaz blocking ardently with his gloves, but on the defensive before he finally breaks out with another attempted body shot.
Diaz is doing a pretty good job defensive, but he can't do too much offensive simply because he's not fast enough yet. Until Pacquiao slows down, it's going to be hard for him to do anything offensive.
And a smile and a nod from David Diaz to Pacquiao as if to say, yeah, I get it. I understand why you're so great. There's no way. I'm not going to let him. And you heard Freddie Roach very pleased with the way his fighter fought round one. CompuBox numbers, Pacquiao 19 out of 90. Momentarily drives Manny back. Hand speed advantage tremendously in Pacquiao's favor.
Yeah, Pacquiao's doing a beautiful job of boxing. Putting his combinations together, getting in and out.
Good left hand by Diaz. Caught Pacquiao right between punches. Lands a left. Pacquiao with a big left hand lead over the top. And another uppercut.
But he has not been landing. Those punches are not landing. Diaz is catching the punches for the most part.
Doing a good job with his tight guard. David Diaz. All those punches are blocked. And those.
And there he is.
David is willing to weather the storm, looking for his few chances here and there.
Yeah, Pacquiao's throwing a lot of punches, but I haven't saw that much land, you know, and I don't know if he's going to keep up this pace, because normally he moves around, as I said, good. But I don't know if he can keep that up all throughout the whole fight.
Pacquiao trying to thrash Diaz with speed. Catches him with a right and a left there. Crowd looking for him to land something big, and Diaz didn't manage to block the right hand. Big left over the top by Pacquiao, big left over the top by Diaz. Blood coming from the right eye of David Diaz. Already Pacquiao has brought blood from Diaz. 40 seconds still to go in a wildly active round two. Straight right hand lands for Diaz. Pacquiao lands his right hook.
Jim Strickland, the manager of Diaz, normally works in most fights as a cut man, so he'll get a chance to practice on his own fight at the end of this round.
See a good one, Emmanuel?
It's a good cut man. One of the best in the business.
So Strickland will go to work on Diaz. The cut is right on the bridge of his nose.
Why ain't he jabbing? I don't know. Making a hard piece up.
Pacquiao threw something that's very unusual, beautiful combination. Right uppercut, then followed by right uppercut up between the gloves. That may cut a possible.
An 8th round for Pacquiao, who had a landslide in power punches, landing 34 of 83 to only 7 of 25 for Diaz. A wildly active Pacquiao threw 114 punches in the second round. David Diaz won't just go away.
Left hands over top. He's doing so many different things.
He looks spectacular. And he's doing it against a southpaw after not having fought one for years. Big right hook by Pacquiao. Another big right hook right on the button by Pacquiao. David Diaz has a stern chin, and he's taking Manny Pacquiao's chest and not move away.
Yeah, but he's just too slow.
Two good body shots for Diaz. And a third for good measure. Pacquiao again with that right hook, right uppercut combination. Tremendous work with the right hand by Pacquiao. Hooking and uppercutting just the same way we saw Andre Berto do it with his backhand last week. Pacquiao's doing it with the courage of David Diaz is one of the key measures to making the fight watchable so far. Body just missed with what would have been a big left-hand connect in Pacquiao. Two body shots from Diaz, and a third one as the round comes to a close.
See right here, you see Pacquiao throwing his right hook, something that he can't normally do when he's fighting the standard right-handed fighter, and he seems to love it. That's been his pet punch so far most of the fight. Powerful straight left, you know, jab with his right hand, a hard straight left. And he's changing up. He's got a guy that he can do everything with now because it's a right, another left hand, and he's doing it too.
Harold, how do you have it through three?
Look at you, 3 rounds to nothing. There's a hook, a jab, an uppercut, and finally he'll pull his right hand back. It's amazing. I mean, Roy Jones used to do it with the left hand, but this kid is amazing with that right hand. 3-0 Pacquiao. Give him an extra point.
When at distance, Pacquiao would be able to cut Diaz up.
Speed is just too much, and the fact that Pacquiao's doing everything and moving and twisting and pivoting and turning all while he's punching.
A southpaw Jack Dempsey in the lightweight division. A non-stop aggressor with speed and power beyond compare. When they throw at the same time, the difference in hand speed is so evident.
Unbelievable, the hand speed as well as the foot speed right there. Diaz, not only the hand speed, but he just can't deal with all the twisting and pivoting that that Pacquiao's putting into the fight also.
Diaz's left eye is beginning to swell. We're told that the cut to the right eye was caused by a headbutt.
Here we see what possibly could have been the cause of the butt, which was a headbutt right there.
Well, that created the big cut over the right eye. But it's a moot point whether the cut is created by a butt or a punch at this point because of the violent onslaughts that Pacquiao is mounting. And he won't take no for an answer. Hard right hand by Pacquiao. Uppercut stuck across the top. Two quick right hands inside. Another uppercut. And Diaz, in the face of all that, comes forward. The bloody mask speaks for itself.
It's very interesting. After Pacquiao's always been known as the puncher.
Well, consider this. In 2 fights against Pacquiao, Marquez has won more rounds than Pacquiao has won. That's how good he is. If it weren't for the 4 knockdowns that Pacquiao has applied to Marquez, Marquez would have won both fights. Now Diaz gets a couple of answers in there. What guts! What determination by David Diaz! Hard left hand by Diaz momentarily stops the Pacquiao assault. Stars and stripes are bloody, but unbound. And try to talk his fighter through the fight at the same time.
That's exactly what I was thinking of. You know, where normally when he's just a cut man, it's different because he concentrates entirely.
Looking to land one shot. He's not exactly a power puncher either. No way Diaz will quit. He's totally willing to go out on his shield. So that puts pressure on the ref done to David Diaz. Diaz has to be earning the respect of the crowd as he continues to fire resolutely in round 6. And the Pacquiao storm once again continues. A tsunami, a hurricane, a tornado. Incomparable. When he beat Eric Morales last year, he did it with his right eye swollen up like a tennis ball, completely shut.
But one eye is swelling and the other one is bleeding, and they haven't seemingly stopped the flow of blood. And as soon as the bell rings, it starts bleeding right away again. And it's a big factor in this fight. Pacquiao throwing punches in such a volume, and they're all coming from different angles. He's mixing up, and that's why it's so hard for Diaz to stop the punches, because he's not just throwing one punch or two. It's just the speed and the variety of punches is just too much for him.
He's being made worse by legal blows. If the fight gets...
He's going to win this fight unless they end up with another disqualification.
Look at the combinations.
Watch a hold.
Brilliance. That's what Manny Pacquiao is providing tonight. Judah in 1996 either, but he somehow got that done. He wasn't as fast as Armando Santa Cruz 2 summers ago in Chicago, but he somehow got that done. His career will never be compared with that of the great Eric Morales, but he somehow got that done. So don't tell David Diaz he doesn't have a chance. The class to sit in a college classroom, 5 armed bodyguards have to wait outside the building.
Plus, he says when even in class, he spends more time signing autographs than he does doing homework or studying.
The teachers, like the students, scream and shout when he comes into the room and asks to have their picture taken. He's gotten in some body punches, but mostly he's taken big shots.
As he said, when he told Strickland about 2 rounds back, he just can't handle the speed.
And then he did at 126 and 130. And Emmanuel, I think the early returns may be made a little bit more dramatic because of the absence of speed from the opponent. If anything, he looks faster.
He looks faster, more natural, looks stronger. All the way down, much more devastating. Soon this fight's going to have to stop pretty soon. The referee's going to have to stop the fight.
Diaz gets in a good left uppercut of his own. Fires a straight jab, comes forward to make clear, I'm still a fighter, I'm not going to go away. But it's going to get hurt by continuing to take punishment in a fight where he's not going to go down, not going to get knocked out. He blocked a lot of those shots. And if the kind of mercy that puts you on your back is not going to take place, then it's up to the referee and the medical supervisors at ringside to deliver mercy on their own.
Yeah, I think the referee's getting in position to stop the fight now. He's fighting now.
Increasingly on the defensive, Diaz has less and less to offer as the 8th round goes on. If ever you knew in advance that if things got bad, an opponent would be too brave for his own good, you knew it tonight.
Yeah, I think the corner should stop the fight. It would be a graceful way to end it, but it's over for all practice.
Be given to stopping the fight in the 9th if things continue the way they've been. I guess, given the accepted traditional ethic in the sport, Emmanuel, if this were Pacquiao's title belt instead of Diaz's, it would have been stopped before now.
It probably would have. You know, because Diaz is going to keep coming all night long as they let him. But even when he punches, he's ineffective. He's not a knockout puncher, so he's not going to perform a one-punch miracle. It just how much more punch damage can he take before the fight eventually ends.
He's had his moment in the sun. He's got an $800,000 guarantee and the chance for pay-per-view benefits if the buy rate rises above a certain level. He got a lot of publicity before the fight saying, I'm driving a 1991 Honda with no air conditioning. He's going to get a chance to buy a new car.
Well, he might end up with $1 million in these fights, which is a good paycheck. And he's did a good job. He's just not talented enough to compete on this level with the top fighters.
But he's brave enough to compete on any level. And he's proven that. straight left hand shot for Pacquiao. Diaz falls into his arms. If the idea here is that there's some honor in allowing David Diaz to finish the fight, that would be a very misplaced instinct.
It's not worth it.
There's plenty of honor for Diaz tonight. It won't be in some way embellished by letting him go to a bloodier, more brutal finish. How many more? Down he goes, and Dracula stops the fight.
He should have never got to that.
Welcome to the lightweight division.
Manny Pacquiao was sensational tonight. He put on a clinic and it proved that he was much more than just a power puncher.
A flame of pure fire.
He did it all.
Incomparable in the sport. There's only one. Portrait of a superstar, Manny Pacquiao in bold relief. Floyd Mayweather retired from the sport a few weeks ago. It is expected that Oscar De La Hoya is going to retire by the end of this year. Where does the spotlight fall? Right here.
Here you see Pacquiao land a beautiful short left cross right over the shoulder. Diaz never even saw the punch.
Jab, left hand, good night. Merciful. Finally, the merciful knockout we were talking about.
Yes, it was. First class.
Right on the chin. Through 8 rounds, the 3 judges' scores were 80-71, 80-72, 80-71, totally academic. It was a bloodletting from about the 2nd round on. And if the question was, how good could Pacquiao look in his first fight as a lightweight? The answer is better than you might have believed. Let's go to Michael Buffer for the official particulars on the knockout.
Ladies and gentlemen, before we give the official time, a round of applause for a young man from Chicago with the heart of a lion, an Olympian and a world champion, David Diaz. Referee Vic Draculich calls a halt to this bout at 2 minutes, 24 seconds, round number 9. The winner by knockout victory, the fighting pride of the Philippines, now a 4-time world champion and new WBC lightweight champion of the world, Manny